Hey guys, Paul Phillips here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be doing my 2024 Honda Ridgeline after 18 months review video. So if that resonates with you, that's what this video is going to be about. We're going to take a long-term look. I've learned a few things over 18 months. I'm going to share all the good stuff and the bad stuff with you, but spoiler alert, there's almost no bad stuff. So let's jump in. We'll take a look. So before I get too far down the rabbit hole, one thing I want to clear up. I had a couple of comments from a couple of what I would call Neanderthals. They commented on my video and they said, "We watched your video right up until you called it a truck." And I just laughed when I heard that. So right off of the top here, the Honda Ridgeline is a mid-size vehicle. It has a 5,000 pound tow capacity and it does not have solid axles, and that's what these guys were referring to. So really, if you're looking for a truck, you have to decide. I mean, if you're going to be towing a bass boat or your farm equipment or what have you, then yeah, by all means, go grab a Ford F-150 or a GM Silverado with a 10,000 pound tow capacity and a ginormous engine that's going to chew back all kinds of fuel, if that's what you need. But when Honda looked at this vehicle, they looked at what everyone else was doing and decided that 99.9% of people that are driving four-wheel drives these days don't go off-road. But there are some that want the practicality of a pickup truck. And this gives you the best of all worlds. You know, 5,000 pound tow capacity. And what's changed for me since the beginning is now I'm the happy owner of a 16-foot ultra-wide fishing boat. And you know, boat, motor, and trailer, probably 1,500 pounds. This vehicle handles it supremely well. And so you just have to, you know, categorize what it is you're looking for. So if you want the ultimate in practicality, this is the vehicle for you, but not if you're going to be towing a great big trailer or a bass boat or farm equipment. So just keep that in mind. So let's start off at the front of this vehicle. There's not really anything I don't like about the front of the vehicle, with the exception maybe I could complain about the halogen headlights. It would be nice if there was LEDs, because I notice when traffic is coming towards me with halogen headlights, they seem to glare a little bit more than LEDs. But up front, I love the look of this thing. It's got kind of an aggressive look with the eyebrows here, the Trailsport badging. And other than the headlights, I've got no complaints in the front. Now, speaking of the headlights, one thing I absolutely love about this vehicle is the automatic switching from low beams to high beams. That is an absolute godsend. I would buy the vehicle just for that feature, because I'm one of these guys, I always forget to switch down the high beams to low beams. So, and it's annoying for other drivers. So that feature in itself, absolute godsend for me. But on the front of the vehicle, so far, I've had no issues whatsoever. Absolutely love it. So here's a feature that I didn't know about when I first got the Ridgeline, and that is with the key fob. If you hit the unlock button twice and hold it down the third time, all of your windows and the sunroof open up. Now, if I wanted to gripe, the rear window is not connected in this, so that would be one tiny little, you know, gripe. But other than that, this feature, like this summer has been like Death Valley where I live. I mean, 33 degrees for 2 months straight. We're still waiting for it to rain. It's spitting out a little bit right now, but I mean, if I turn around and show you the fields, they're totally parched. There's a fire ban on here. It's just crazy. So to put these back up, if you take your key fob and stick it in the So it closes the sunroof and all the windows. That, my friends, that feature is worth buying this vehicle for, especially in a summer like what we've had. So, yeah, so now you know about it. Don't tell anybody. Two more features on the Ridgeline that if you haven't experienced it, you'll absolutely love it. First one is the tailgate opens like a door, so it saves your back when you're loading and unloading. Oh yeah. The green trailer hitch makes the vehicle go 5 kilometers an hour faster. Okay, so the tailgate opens like a door. and the hidden trunk. So I can even have my spare tire for my boat in here, which I have all the time, and nobody's gonna have to worry about stealing it, leaving it on the trailer, right? So, but this and the tailgate and the rubberized floor in the back here, fantastic. And whenever I've stepped up in the vehicle doing car wash or whatever with my Crocs on, never had an issue with slip. So all of this, just phenomenal. And the rear view camera, the green is just to make it easier to see at the boat launch at nighttime. So just a little spray paint, and it helps out a lot if you're using your boat as much as I do. So this next feature was picked up on by a buddy of mine, and that is the ability to just reach in and get at your tools. This is what I mean. Like if you look at the new full-size trucks, the sidewalls are so high, you can't get in and access easy. So for 99% of the population that are just looking for a vehicle that's pragmatic, you're going to drive it on the street most of the time, this vehicle is phenomenal for practicality. Okay, so let's talk about the powertrain for a second. 280 horsepower, about 260 foot-pounds of torque. CVT transmission, 9-speed with the paddle shifters. And now that's another thing, is that I never use the paddle shifters, but now I use them because I have the boat. And even when you're in automatic, so you're in drive, you can tick the paddle shifter and it'll shift down for you. Or you can put it into sport mode. So if you're going up a hill, you know, you're carrying a heavy load, maybe I got the boat full of, I don't know, whatever, and the bed is loaded up, you want to touch it down with a paddle shifter, that's a huge plus. And it's just something that, you know, the longer I've had the vehicle, now I got the boat, I'm using it all the time now. So another great feature and something to think about when you're buying or looking for a vehicle that's going to give you maximum practicality. So here's a point that's worth talking about. I've got friends that have Ford F-150s, V6 with a turbo, and all I hear is, God, I don't drive this thing because it's so hard on gas. When the turbo kicks in, it just sucks the fuel back. So this vehicle, I don't hesitate to take it anywhere. Right now, it's probably costing me anywhere between 75 and 80 bucks to fill it up. That would be $50 in US dinero, something like that. And yeah, no issues with fuel mileage whatsoever. It's a very usable vehicle. Fuel mileage is great. It's got lots of power to pull out and pass. The Eco button, when you turn the Eco off, the computer will engage the VTEC. It gives you a lot more power. Well, it makes a lot of adjustments to give you a little bit more power. And then, of course, combine that with the shift-by-wire CVT transmission, and it's just a winning package all around. And this powertrain has been in the Ridgeline now for several years. It's been in the Honda vans, the Honda Pilot, pretty much the same, little different configurations with the computer controls, but it's just a well-proven powertrain with no turbocharger, no extra layer of complexity, and VTEC, I can tell you from working for Honda, has been flawless since its inception. Change your oil twice a year, you'll have no issues whatsoever. Okay, so let's talk about the interior of the vehicle. And the first thing I would say to you is I don't have any issues with it whatsoever. This is a mid-size vehicle. It's not full-size. So if you look at a big full-size Ford F-150 or a GM Silverado or whatever, you'll notice a ton of legroom between the rear seat and the back of the front seat. This doesn't have that. I can sit in here quite comfortably. I can take my grandkids, and I got 3 of them, and there's seatbelt hold downs for all 3, so I can have 3 kids in here, but it's a little bit tight. If back in the day when my kids were young, I would probably be looking for a van or something like that. In fact, I think I did have a van back in then to deal with the small children. So just keep that in mind. For me, this vehicle is perfect. The seats fold up. You'll see that feature. Take a look at any of my other vehicles. Just one lever here. Seats fold up and out of the way. You've got storage underneath. Absolutely no complaints with the interior of the vehicle. It is a leather-like or a faux leather interior, quite nice. Orange threads to match the Trailsport motif, if you will. But yeah, so being a grandparent, I don't hesitate to put child seats in here. It's easy to do. I've got a video on it you can check here. And so for interior, no real complaints. So now we're going to talk a little bit about drivability, and you can see the kind of roads that I'm driving on to do this video. This So that should give you some sense of what this vehicle is capable of. It's a very capable four-wheel drive vehicle. And I'm saying that after 18 months of use, and I come down here all the time, rock, snow, mud, sand. This vehicle will do it all. And basically, there's a button here where you can switch between 3 different modes. So if I hit this button here, there's snow, there's mud, there's sand, and then back to normal mode. And I've used the snow mode. It works really well. Basically, a computer is just sending a lot less power to the wheels to give you better traction in the snow. And even I had my grandkids in the car and didn't notice that my granddaughter had stepped on the button and put it into snow mode, and I was towing the boat, and I thought, wow, this thing is really sluggish. What's going on here? And sure enough, I found out the hard way that she had just switched the modes on me. But right now, I'm just driving around in normal mode. Turn this around. So I got this rocky hill I got to climb up here. And in normal mode, this vehicle, so if you're a cottager, this vehicle is going to handle this kind of terrain no problem. You just got to go slow. There's a skid plate on the engine that's additional added feature on the Trailsport. So that's kind of a bonus. And when I do driving down roads like this, I really appreciate that feature. So now let's talk about a couple of features as far as drivability goes that you really want to take note of, and that's the drive-by-wire. So there's no gear shift in this vehicle. You're shifting by buttons, or shifting by wire is the way they describe it. And it'll take about a month to get used to it. After that, not a big deal. But when you first get into it and you try it out, you'll miss the gear shifter. But once you're used to it, nothing to worry about. Another feature, I've already talked about the headlights being awesome, the automatic headlight switching. Another feature is the adaptive cruise control. Works phenomenally well on this vehicle, no issues whatsoever. And the lane keep assist. So you can put that on and basically the vehicle drives itself by monitoring the lines going down the road. And I've had no issues with that either. I mean, everything on this vehicle works exceptionally well. Trying to think of something I could gripe about for you, but there really isn't that much. So if I was really looking for something to nitpick about or gripe about, probably, so the feature that puts down all of the windows when the vehicle's hot, it doesn't open the sunroof or the rear glass. And I don't know why they did that, but maybe it was just too much cost or something like that. But that would be one thing, like one, minor irritation. Would it be nice to have a little bit more room in the back? Yes, but I can sit in the back of this vehicle quite comfortably and even do a 2-hour drive or whatever and not be in agony by the time I get there. The best feature, again, and I'm going to mention it 3 or 4 times in this video, is the ride of this vehicle. And so, here's a good example. We're cruising along the highway here, and I'm having a conversation with you, and I can have my, no issues that way. What you hear from the tires is what you hear from the tires. So here's a look at the road, just your typical 2-laner. So here's a little tidbit for you that might resonate with you, and that is, if you have an older version of this vehicle, I've had guys comment on my videos and say that they've upgraded to this model because of the infotainment system upgrade on this vehicle. And I have to say, I love the infotainment system on this vehicle. I mean, I especially, I just hit the home button, and if I hit phone, I can see all my contacts there. And I mean, lots of other vehicles have this feature, but I guess the previous one, it's lacking, and so they tend to complain about it. But so that's another plus on this vehicle. And then a lot of the features in the infotainment system you can see on the dash on the left hand side. I really like having my tire pressure available to me so I can see what's going on with my tires. It just gives me it's just a confidence builder, really, is what it is. Okay, to wrap up this little video on the 2024 Honda Ridgeline, I think you've probably surmised by now I'm a fanboy, or I love this vehicle, I have to say. And I'll probably keep it until the wheels fall off. I've had no issues with it, and getting the boat and being able to tow the boat has just been a godsend for me. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to connect in. I'll try and answer them as best I can. So now it's time for a word from this video's sponsor, which is Makitech. If you're a Pocket 3 user like I am and looking for a little additional horsepower to power your Pocket 3, you might find this quick charge battery by Makitech worth a look. This is a 2800 milliamp hour battery that can be fast charged in 1 hour to get you an extra 132 minutes of runtime, which is not too shabby, to be honest. It utilizes a high-end battery cell that won't damage your expensive camera, giving you the ability to charge and shoot simultaneously, leaving you free to focus on your content creation. Because this battery is longer than the OEM offering and comes with a non-slip coating, it offers a more comfortable grip and fits more securely in your hand. It snaps in place, just like the OEM offering, and includes a 1/4-20 threaded hole on the bottom, adding to its versatility. Also included is a reinforced USB-C Type-C port for ease of charging. So again, if you're looking for a little extra power, this fast charge battery might be worth a look. You'll find a link in the description if it's of interest. But now it's time to return to our regularly scheduled programming. If you found the video useful, do me a big favor, hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell for me. I really appreciate it. Again, connect in if you have questions, and I will see you in the next one.